Morning, Knotty Crew.
World would be to leave it to you, the people. Now it's up to you to share what clearly, based on the cavernous emptiness we see in all of these spaces, is only going to be heard if you share it. So it feels very appropriate that I should be the one with the quietest voice. But let's let that lion roar, shall we?
Hey, grown woman,
I'm done
Grand
talking about
Rising.
COVID, and I'm done talking about SARS-CoV-2, and I'm done for a very simple reason. For 110 years, we, the people of the world, have been lied to. We're a group of very small number of criminal industrial conspirators decided to subordinate the entirety of the human population for the purpose of their sinister plans to enrich themselves while impoverishing and killing the rest
Good
of
morning,
humanity.
Kim.
And I'm done being polite. We've long passed polite. When the words acceptable death rate become part of an industrial norm, we have lost the plot of humanity. And that's not my words. Those were the words of the World Health Organization and of Pfizer and of Moderna when they were given the authorization to begin the process of killing human beings in the interest of advancing their goals. Next slide. And I'm also not going to sugarcoat this. This is a criminal cartel. We are acting as though there's some sort of redeemable quality somewhere in some esoteric layer that somehow or another the World Health Organization must have some salutatory benefit. Well, I'm going to tell you, since its formation in the 1940s, the World Health Organization has been nothing more than a criminal cartel that has a sole and singular intent. And I will show you the document that proves what I'm saying. This is not an allegation. This is actually provable by their own words in their own hand. And they use a four-step process to execute every one of their nefarious plans. They begin by planning an exercise, then they go to the business of funding that exercise, then they create the rationale for the thing that they're going to do, and then they deploy and profit from it. And in violation of 15 U.S. Code Section 19, which for those of you listening, coincidentally started with the Clayton Act in the same year that the World Health Organization in the United States, 1913, the same year the World Health Organization's progenitors also started. So I find it fascinating that we passed the Clayton Act in 1913 and we set in motion 110 years ago the criminal conspiracy, which we now call the World Health Organization. 110 years later. And in violation of TIFU, or TEFEU, I don't even know how to say it, the TFEU, the treaty allegedly for the functioning of the European Union, which I think needs to now be called the Treaty for the Dysfunctional European Cabal. Article 101 unambiguously lays out the conditions that this was never a public health anything. It was racketeering for the purpose of instilling terror to adapt the behavior of a population.
Hey, be more shorty.
Period. That's what it was. That's what it always was. And we can come up with every theoretical argument we want to make about things, but the problem, even with the theory that we had an outbreak of something, is falsifiable for the data from Zurich that shows us that in the year of the death pandemic of the globe, life insurance companies paid $30 billion less in claims. Now, if there's a medical professional or a social professional or anybody else who wants to debate that we could develop a virus cunningly that could find out your bank account, your insurance policy statements, and whether you're paid up on your premiums, that's a big ask. It turns out that the data is ambiguous. We did not have a pandemic, we had genocide. And we need to call it what it is. Next slide. When I say we planned it, let's make sure we understand exactly the not so fine print of the fine print. And I want to call your attention first to the right-hand column of the slide. This is the 2011 data that the World Health Organization, the Wellcome Trust, PATH, and the Gates Foundation did on their wonderful worldwide program for a malaria vaccine for children under the age of 6 months of age. And in their clinical trial, it's helpful to point out that they murdered 66 children in the vaccine group and then cunningly used the term control for a control group in which they murdered 28 children. Now, the reason I said murdered and the reason why I use that term is because it's exactly what it was. Because it turns out that this control group was not a saline injection. It was not some sort of innocuous, innocent thing. It was actually a cocktail of other known pathogenic disease.
Ciao. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Knotty crew. Welcome back to my channel. I managed to come live and jump on here this morning. Shout out to my cousin that sent that. If I remember, I'll post a link to that because it's long, okay? But we all know the pharmaceutical and insurance industry are the biggest gangsters, okay? They the biggest gangsters. You know, they convinced us all, well, some of us, to get the vaccine, and I know I did. That's why I have psoriasis now. There's a lot of studies that show a lot of people that got the vaccine are now developing psoriasis, so I'm stuck with plastic gloves for the rest of my life. All right? I will never, ever do another vaccine again. Never. And that's my choice. That's my personal choice. Everybody got to make their choice for themselves. But I would never, ever. I ain't have no major health issues until I got that damn vaccine. Thumbs up the video if you trolling. If you not subscribed, please subscribe. Share this live out. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Yes, we are up early. I had to bring my daughter back to motor vehicle. That's a story for another day. But it is what it is. Please make sure you follow us on all of the free apps, okay? First things first, I want to get into Drake. Oh, did he let them in? Okay. We got a few minutes. I want to get into Drake. Now, you all know he called himself filing a petition and a lawsuit against Universal Music Group. I think he was acting like a little itch. But he was basically saying that Universal Music Group assisted Kendrick Lamar with buying streams to make his song go popular. Jerry, get your racist ass up out of here. You got the right one. It's 1,000,000,001 people on the YouTube app. If you do not like this chocolatey black skin, cake rocks with sandals on. You got the right one this morning. I don't have time for your racist rhetoric. Because at the end of the day, we all bleed red. Period. Get them up out of there. Like, make sure you hit the like button on your way out, though. All right, and so, like, a lot of these panties that they come up with and stuff like that, the government is behind it. Just like I feel like the government is behind the wildfires in California. People are setting those fires, and it's sad. Okay? Anywho, let's get into Drake. Drake abruptly drops legal petition against Spotify and UMG over Kendrick Lamar's diss track controversy. Like, how you gonna prove it? Shout out to Baller Alert. Drake has withdrawn his petition against Spotify and Universal Music Group after accusing them of orchestrating an illegal scheme to boost streams for Kendrick Lamar's hit diss track, Not Like Us. In a Tuesday filing, the Certified Lover Boy star and his company Frozen Moments dropped a request for pre-action disclosure and preservation of key documents from Spotify and UMG. The filing notes that after a meeting with both companies, Spotify, despite previously opposing the petition, had no objection to the withdrawal. UMG, which hadn't formally opposed the filing, reserved its stance. Drake's accusations in November of 2024 sent shockwaves through the music industry. He alleged that the UMG, which distributes music for both himself and Lamar, used bots and payola tactics for artificially inflating streams for Lamar's track. The petition claimed that UMG engaged in conduct designed to inflate the popularity of Not Like Us. And Drake, they did the same thing for you. Hey young one. You have been accused of doing the same thing. So the nerve of you to get in your feelings and file a petition when you know you be using the same tactics to make your music go viral. At the end of the day, get your head out your behind and just accept the fact that you lost that battle. Get over it. I'm done. That's rich people problems, okay? Now, shout out to allhiphop.com. Megan Thee Stallion won't let Tory Lanez hire GUN milligrams off the hook. Now, as you all know, Megan is suing a YouTuber. Child, my kids and these damn invites for free gifts on my last nerves. She gonna have to wait. Anyway. Alright, so Megan Thee Stallion filed a scathing reply to Milo Grabo's attempt to dodge a defamation lawsuit after she accused the blogger of spearheading a smear campaign allegedly crafted to destroy the rapper's credibility and reputation. The Houston-born rapper isn't holding back. Her attorneys filed alleged milligram spread false narratives at the behest of Tory Lanez, who was convicted last year of blicking Megan during a 2020 altercation. Megan claims the blogger crossed the line between free speech and malicious falsehoods, launching what her legal team described as a full-blown campaign of destruction. The suit argues Grams falsely accused Megan of lying under oath in Lange's trial, during which Lange was convicted of a felony assault with a semi-automatic, GUN. In their opposition to Milligram's motion to dismiss, Megan's lawyer wrote whether Tory Lange's Blick Miss P is verifiable and has been verified in a court of law. Her lawyer, Daniel L. Humphrey, fumed the post-truth world Milligrams thinks she lives in is not reality. Whether Tory Lanez Blinky Megan Thee Stallion is verifiable. At the end of the day, Megan is not letting up, and they not willing to dismiss. All right. In other news, the game's relentless accuser thumbs up the video. Demands his LA home despite raging fires. Child, this is what you get for not showing up to a court. The game, she won by default, and she won her money, okay? She won millions. All right, Los Angeles is still in the middle of the worst natural disaster in city history, but evidentially, Priscilla Rainey isn't concerned about that. The former She Got Game contestant is still demanding a judge give her the game's Calabasas home as the Palisades and Eaton fires continue their rampage. According to court documents obtained by All Hip Hop and filed on Monday, January 13th, Rainey, who's been after a $7 million default judgment, which means he did not show up to court, default judgment from the game for years now. She wants his house to help satisfy the outstanding debt. Rainey and her attorneys claim the game is using an alter ego he calls Cash Jones to protect his property. He even tried to put the property in Whack 100 name. Child. The game does not get to benefit from his own fraudulent conduct. The docs read, a judgment in favor of a creditor in a fraudulent conveyance action such as the one at bench sets aside the conveyance in so far as it affects the creditor, but does not set it aside as to the grantor. As between the creditors and the grantee, the conveyance is affected, but as between the grantor and the grantee, the conveyance remains in full effect. Sorry. The right of the creditor is to have the interest of his debtor in the property at the time of the conveyance subjected to his claims. Game, you better pay her money. He should have been sold the house. He probably hoping it burned down in the fires so he could be like, I don't have no insurance. Yes, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. All right. So we went over last night how Diddy is now trying to accuse Cassie of being a willing participant. And, this is what they do in legal proceedings like that. They try to turn the tides on the victim. I just want to clarify, just because she is on tape willingly in some videos, we don't know what her true feelings are. But what we do know is when she rejected him, he laid the pause on her. Okay? So that's what we do now. So, nice try to the Diddler's legal team, but it ain't going to work. That's not enough to get him off. And it's going to be other witnesses coming forward. And as I said last night, we just going to wait for the trial. Chill. It's going down in the DM. All right. Let me see. Cardi B is unhinged. Okay? She is unhinged. She went live. Is this really ruin people's whole entire? Okay. She always threatened to ruin people's whole entire reputation. And my thing is, real gangsters move in silence, Cardi. Come on. You a whole gangbanger out here. You know better, but you be running your mouth too much. She is making allegations that Offset did not even bring the kids nothing for Christmas. That's because you were the money bags. He was using you. Okay? She's also making allegations that his mother stole money from her. And my thing is, how did she get access to your bread, girl? All right, let's hear what she got to say. Trigger warning, because y'all know Cardi mouth is crazy. Really ruin people's whole entire fucking life. Today, tomorrow, every single day. My mouth could literally ruin people's lives. But you know what? I just know that God will handle them. They're just not handling these people as fast as I want them to. By the way, do you guys know that my kids didn't receive no Christmas gifts from somebody in particular? Motherfuckers want to make it seem on social media like I was keeping my kids away from them. Like to make movies on social media, but purposely fly to New York to buy their kids gifts. And guess how many gifts did they buy my kids? Zero. Could really ruin people's whole. And then motherfuckers want to do shit to. You know what I noticed? Every single time that a motherfucker did something publicly to embarrass me, I noticed that they did that on purpose. Because a motherfucker thought that he was gonna ruin my year and have me fucked up like they had me fucked up last year. But I'm so strong. I'm so fucking strong, and it doesn't affect me anymore. That even after you try to ruin me by being spiteful towards me and my kids, I still got my ass up and went to fucking work. Your fucking little games that you do for spite, that shit doesn't bother me no more, bitch ass nigga. What hurts me though is when motherfuckers trying to be spiteful towards my kids. And then motherfuckers want to do shit to. You know what I noticed? Every single time that a motherfucker did something publicly to him, when a motherfucker, you do so much for a motherfucker.
Lift them up when they're down. Lift them up when everybody turns their back on them. Pray for them before you pray for yourself. And then a motherfucker come, bother your peace to tell you that you wasn't enough because you never listened. Oh.
Please thumbs up the video.
Because I never listened. I wonder if everybody that ever turned their back on you and shitted on you were enough for you, but because they didn't listen, you wasn't enough. What a comedy. When a motherfucker, and I didn't even want to do this. But I don't like that when I'm at peace, motherfuckers want to call me private over and 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 over, and then do little shit behind the scene to piss me off. And then to piss me off, and then play in my face, and then play in my kid's face. You want to talk about, oh, you haven't accepted the divorce because you're not going to agree on my terms because you just want to see the kids. You want to see the kids. You just call your daughter for the first time.
Thank you.
Yesterday. Your newborn. You love your kids so much and you bought them shit for Christmas. But you came to New York to buy your other kids gifts. But you ain't bought my kids shit on purpose to spite me. And I didn't even want her to do this. I didn't even want
but you doing it.
Playing with me. I ain't listen after you and your mama robbed me. Yeah, you and your mom robbed me cold. Wipe my nose.
Okay, there it is. She's saying off cheat and his mama robbed her. Child. Here's what I have to say about that. Remember when Storm posted a video that off cheat mama and Cardi, sorry y'all, the sun glaring, and Cardi got into it, and Cardi was pregnant? I think it's some truth to them rumors, okay? Because if I find out somebody stole from me, it's on. I'm laying a pause on you. And they talking millions of dollars, y'all. But at the end of the day, if you really not feeling nothing, the best attention you could give a narcissist like off cheat is none, honey. Here I come.
This dude, yeah, can you hurry up? Because this dude is about to make me mad. He's talking about my mail is not mail. What?
All right, I'm about to come.
The last time. They accepted it the last time, and he's talking about, oh, you're going to be able to get, I guess, a
I'm coming.
ID,
I'm coming. I'm coming.
He was like, your real ID. You're not going to be able to get your real ID, just the other one.
That's all you want. It's the other one. I'm coming.
Oh, I don't need the real ID?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, my kid. Hey, Miss Brenda. Let me go, y'all. Be more shorty. Thank you so much. Yeah, they beautiful, but they drive me freaking nuts. Okay, let me go into this motor vehicle so I can help her. All right, I love you all. Let's leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think about yeah, mommy duties. They never end, even when they grown, y'all. So I love you all. Talk to you soon.